All the way from Providence, Rhode Island, live in the Minute with Mary studio. Welcome to Outlander Cast. It's a podcast dedicated to the...
It's the last episode for this half
of the season. But let's be real, like we've had such little seasons before that it feels like a season in and of itself.
That's true. I'll give you that.
It was so good. And it gave us the feels. And it gave us all the feels in that final episode that once again, that felt like a finale. It needed to be a bit of a finale for us because we have to wait so long.
I think it did its job. I've not warmed more on it necessarily. I still think it was probably top 2 or top 3 episodes of the season. Mm-hmm. But I've thought about it more, and I think it definitely did its job that it needed to do, Marvin. Like I think it gave us enough at the end where we're like, okay, I think we had a story. It was told. It's done. Like, that part of the story is done. But it also gave us enough where it's like, now we have to know what happens now. Now we have to see what happens going in the future. What are we going to do in Scotland? Why are we in Scotland? Who's going to do the thing? So, and better yet, does Roger meet Jamie and Claire back in Scotland? There's 40 million things that could happen. And I'm okay to wait. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's okay that it's going to take some time to get there. So I don't know. It's just something I thought of and thought it'd be cool. I don't know.
I've thoroughly enjoyed our time so far in these past 8 episodes, and I know that so many of you, the listeners, have. And this is one of the fun things that Blake and I love to do when it comes to our Outlander Cast podcast is a listener feedback episode. And if you're relatively new to Blake and I, we do this because we all have so much to say, and we all don't love the same things, and we all don't hate the same things. So this is where your voice matters. And if you are joining us later in the future, just know that when the back half of season 7 comes, we would love for you to join us live. You can make sure to stay aware of what we're doing by heading to aryandblake.com. And what's going to happen is a pop-up's going to come up asking if you would like our email list. This isn't spam. It's truly me or Blake sending in emails. You'll want to click the Mary and Blake one. We don't send that one as frequently, but that's like if we have big updates and new shows and things like that, or if we're just like, we have a lot of shows coming out that week and we just figure it's easier to send it all in one. Then, of course, you're going to want to also check off the box to get the Outlander emails. And then that way you'll know when we start coming back, if we have surprise guests and different things that were happening over Droughtlander. So definitely make sure you head to aryandblake.com. That way, too, you're also going to be able to know when our other podcasts come out in case you did like hanging out with us.
You don't want to miss what we got going on. We're going to have the Potterverse. We're going to have... what else are we going to be doing?
Bridgerton when it comes back.
Yep.
The Lord of the Rings show, the Rings of Power, and then House of the Dragon. Like when they do.
Yeah, but when they do, yeah, you're right. And we might have some other surprises that are in store.
Definitely.
We've been in talks about some other stuff.
Yes.
And I'm not going to say what it is. It's just that we kind of had to get through Outlander. We kind of had to get back to the Potterverse for a little bit. But we're in some talks. I'm just going to throw that out there for a show that's kind of big. And I think many people would be very happy about that. So we'll see. I don't know if the nerds out there want to throw some guesses that are here in the chats as we record this live. Maybe I can confirm or deny. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I'm not confirming anything.
I could give you like a warm cold. No. Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right, Marvin, are you ready to get into everything that the listeners had to say? Everything that you that are listening right now had to say about
Yes, we are.
Outlander, the mid-season finale, the turning points? Okay, here we go.
All right.
All right, you want to do the first one or you want me to do it?
You can.
All right. Sure, let's do it. This one comes from Britta Peterson over at jointhenerdclan.com. She says, I couldn't come up with a bad in this episode, so I guess I'm going to have to give it 5 kilts. My good. The inclusion of historical characters in a plausible situation. Like Blake, I'm a history nerd, and I got to know how soon did he figure out Benedict Arnold was actually Benedict Arnold. Britta, I didn't think that it was Benedict Arnold until she said, "Oh, I didn't know your name. What's your name?" And then I was like, "Oh God, Here we go. It's gonna be Benedict Donald, and then sure enough, it was. But again, loved how they introduced Benedict Donald. It was great. I thought it was a good idea. The new core characters, William, Rachel, Buck, and Denzel, making me care about them and making me care about their relationships with Jamie, Claire, Roger, Bree, and Ian. My best was the original core cast. Each had a moment where they shined as actors. I thought Ian's kiss, Roger's scream. Time out for 1 sec. I feel like the scream should have come much earlier, like when he found the Tufty thing. I felt like the scream, like when I watched it, I was like, all right, let's calm down.
Sometimes it happens. You got to digest things.
I felt like it was, little forced in there, but whatever, that's okay. Each had a moment where they shined as actors, blah, blah, blah. Bree's look of heartbreak when left behind, and Jamie and Claire's eyes watering in sync with emotion when they see Scotland. They were just chef's kiss. Mm-hmm. If anything, I think this episode demonstrated how Jamie and Claire are one unit, and you divide them at your own peril. I love your podcast, and thank you for all the laughs and heart you put into my day. The flower babies, by the way, Mary, had me dying with laughter.
It's fun to get reactions from people who said they had no idea what I was talking about, and then others who relived the trauma through last week's
So much trauma.
You're welcome.
So much great
Gloria
trauma.
Costa, a fellow Rhode Islander who made it through the tornadoes yesterday.
All the tornadoes.
All the tornadoes that came through the Ocean State. We're not used to this. We're used to hurricanes.
We don't do this.
We're used to nor'easters and blizzards. Okay, we're used to a lot of things. We are not used to tornadoes around here.
No, we don't do tornadoes.
Get out of here, climate change.
I heard some guy in the news the other day be like, who would ever think that a tornado would come through Johnston, Rhode Island? I was like, you are so Rhode Island right now, guy. You need to calm down.
Who needs to calm down is a Funko Pop that seems to have been eaten by our dog.
Yeah. Frank took a little bit of a bite.
That means that our dog Butterbeer is Team Jeannie. Interesting.
Oh, well, she would be.
She is. I mean, let's be real.
She would be.
Gloria Costa, fellow Rhode Islander. I think she's joining us here live as well, wrote in saying this is a great mid-season finale. Her kilt rating is a 5. Her first 5 of the season.
Oh,
She said she has a few goods. The scene with Claire yelling at Jamie for once again almost dying. Right here with you. The goodbye scene with Bree, Roger, Buck, and Mandy. Bree's look at Buck to take care of them. Jamie and Simon Fraser's goodbye scene. So touching, and Simon telling Jamie his kin is here. The bad was the dumb old archbug, writes Gloria. We didn't need to see him to know he's always...
It was archbug.
Archbug.
Especially for Gloria, because she's from Rhode Island.
Yeah, Gloria knows. Archbug is totally a guy you'd see going in and out of a packy.
Oh yeah, he's the one drinking Bud Heavies and getting a pack of non-filter Luckies.
Stinky cigar. No, he gets the stinky cigars that keeps the bugs away when you go fishing. You know those?
No, he only does Luckies.
Do you even know what I'm talking about?
I do know. Okay. I do know, but he does Luckies. Archbug.
That's totally Archbug.
He only smokes Luckies.
Yes, whatever that means. And Gloria says we don't need to see him to know.
That or he does some like weird cigarette, like Pall Mall, or like it's like Marlboro Red non-filters.
Oh my goodness!
It's just a. He smokes the ones that it just has a skull and crossbones. It's like if you smoke this, you're dead. Give yourself like 5 minutes and then you're dead.
He's like dead,
but he's so strong that he beats it back.
Me. I gotta first get rid of Ian and break his heart.
And he ain't drinking like normal booze. Like he's drinking some serious old man on the mountain whiskey.
Yeah.
Like, straight up New Hampshire trash whiskey.
Anyway, Gloria says we didn't need to see him to know he's always been waiting around for Ian to love someone. And her
Tanya says he's the one you cross the street for.
Yes.
He's your uncle that got lost a little bit in life, and no matter what time of day it is, he smells like cigarettes. Like no matter when you run into him, he just smells like butts.
Oh, and Tanya says packing equals liquor store. No, it's not packing. It's the packy.
Yeah,
because it actually means the package store. The package store is what they're called here because we're not allowed to buy alcohol outside of package stores in Rhode Island. You're not allowed to give fellatio, blowjobs, and no, it's against the law.
I know, but it's
in Rhode Island.
Why would you bring that up?
Because I think it's hysterical. Our state is super weird. Like,
Our
why
state
is that a written law that you can't give blowjobs?
I have no idea.
It's hysterical. So you can't do that. Man. And we couldn't sell alcohol on Sundays until just recently.
Yeah, that's true.
And then now we can, but you have to do it by 6 p.m.
We had something called blue laws. That's what they were called, the blue laws.
Then you have to do it by 6 p.m. So if there's a 8 p.m. Patriots game, watch out because you can't get your alcohol then.
Cindy's like at all. You can't sell it at all, like outside of Packies.
No,
you can't. You're not allowed.
You have to go to package stores to buy any kind of alcohol. You can't go to a supermarket. You can't go to your Target. Can't go to your Trader Joe's. Like, I don't have $2 chucks.
Nope, no.
I didn't even know what this was until other people were telling me, and I'm like, I don't have this. I find it hysterical. Like, even some gas stations have alcohol.
Oh yeah,
and I'm like, I don't understand. Like, it's so foreign to us.
That's why New Hampshire's the best state in the union.
They're called package stores, but we just all call them the packy. So not packing.
Where you go to get
packies.
where you go to get your ciggies and beer, maybe some scratchies, and hopefully maybe play some Keno on the way.
But it's hysterical. Like, it's just you can't. It's not like you can like hide a little bit of alcohol amongst other things. It's not like you can go get like chips, a couple of books, this, that, the turkey or something, and then some wine. No, you have to like go to the package store.
Why would you get a couple of books?
I don't know. I'm thinking Target. Like, Target for some people has alcohol in it, and I'm like, you could get tampons and Mike's Twisted Tea and just be like, I'm having a week.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
And all the Charmin.
All the Charmin. Oh,
I'm watching Outlander this week.
Please
leave me alone. My husband's out of town. You got to book Outlander.
Caitlin Marie says her Dollar General even sells alcohol.
I can't. Well, I mean, actually, I can't because in New Hampshire, you can buy booze anywhere at any time. And I remember walking into one of the a Hannaford's. I walked into a Hannaford's, and my buddy who lived in New Hampshire was like, "Hey, can you go get me some Stones?" And I was like, "What do you mean, go get you some Stones?" Because Keystones. That's all we could afford in college. And I said to him, "Buddy, you can't. What are you talking about?" He's like, "You don't buy booze? Like, you can't get booze?" At the time in Massachusetts, you couldn't get booze anywhere either. And I realized, oh my God, you can buy beers at the grocery store.
No.
Like at the supermarket. Who does that?
Not allowed here.
That's crazy talk.
So yeah, we're not. I see Anna Ashley said she thought we were talking about Pakis, meaning Pakistanians. So she thought that's what we've been meaning this whole time. No, we're not meaning people from Pakistan. We're talking about
we're talking about alpacas.
The liquor stores. The only place we can buy sustenance for.
Go to the Packy to buy my ciggies and beer. You think about
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. All these years, people have been hearing us talking about going to the Packy, and they're thinking about someone from Pakistan. Oh no, I promise. It's just a weird Rhode Island thing. It's the liquor store. Oh my gosh. All right. Thank you, Anna, for helping clear that up. All right. Poor Gloria. She said she has a few greats too. William saying that some whoreson shot his hat and Jamie presenting him with his hat. I love the look on William's face. I love show William. Book William was too pompous and bratty. Jamie, Claire, and Ian's first look at Scotland. We're back, and so much has happened.
Yes. All right. Let's get to the first voicemail, shall we? Here we go.
Hi, Mary and Blake. How are you?
We're well.
This is Jane from Philly.
Hi, Jane. How are you?
My kilt rating is 4.75.
Okay, awesome. Good rating.
And I also feel, I'm glad that Sinead got herself on that.
Totally needed
show.
it.
Yeah.
I'm so happy she got recognized.
Did, so little hats off to her.
Yep, exactly.
I hope she marries up.
I would have to say my
Yeah, Jane, we're running out of time here.
My good
was
the Phil Collins song.
Oh.
And the drum part. I was laughing when Blake was saying, wait for the drums, wait for the drums.
Oh, thank you.
And then my bad was sort of the sex scene. I don't know. It wasn't that great. They kind of got my nerves a little bit. It was too much.
Sure.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Even
I
Phil
feel
Collins
you.
couldn't fix it.
No. Phil can only do so
Buck.
much.
And him trying to figure out what the hell was going on and where he was.
Yeah, he's got things.
I love Buck.
Yep.
So.
Yep. What do you think, Jane? Take your time.
Really
It's okay.
Kind of bummed that this is the last episode coming up tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll have to live with it, right?
Okay. We will.
Anyway, I look forward to Men in Kilts. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks, Jane. I appreciate that.
Obviously, we didn't get to play that for last week's
Apparently
episode.
not.
So I'm glad we got to have it on in.
So wait, hold on. We got a number of. Maybe we missed a few last week. Do you want to I'm not sure which ones are from last week and which ones.
We're just going.
We're just gonna play
it.
all of them.
Listen.
Okay, we're gonna play all.
I just said BJ's on this podcast.
Yeah.
We're going.
You know what?
We're going
hey,
rogue.
It's the finale. Breaking all the rules. That's how it goes. It's how it goes on with Mary and Blake Media. All right, here we go.
Hi, Mary and Blake. This is Libby from North Carolina.
Hey, Libby.
I'm a first-time caller.
All right.
I love your podcast about Outlander almost as much as I love Outlander itself.
Oh, thank you.
I had to call and tell you I was listening to episode 707, listener feedback. I was riding my spin bike and heard the voicemail from Mandy from Melbourne and her infectious laughter, and then Blake's reaction to it, and I was in laughter to the point that I was almost crying. My husband was in his home office, tucked away in the corner, and he actually came out to see if I was okay.
Oh my God.
He thought I sounded like I was in pain. Really, I was just thoroughly enjoying myself. That was the best laugh I've had in a very long time. So I want to thank you not only for your wonderful insights and keeping it real, but also for adorable Mandy and Blake. Your laughter was just the medicine I needed. So
love
take
that.
care.
Thanks,
I
Libby.
love that, and I'm sorry we gave your husband a near heart attack.
Yeah, our job is to make sure that we entertain you and give husbands heart attacks.
Oh gosh, Mandy's laugh. I love it. Before we play any more,
Sure, yeah.
I need to know, is Melinda on here?
Let's see. Hold on. I'm looking.
Because Melinda from Edinburgh sent us a care package.
Melinda is here.
Yes.
We got Melinda.
And before we play Melinda's thing, I just need to note, friends, we got a package from Edinburgh, Scotland that Melinda chocked full of yummy goodies that you can't get outside of Scotland.
No.
Beautiful card. Wonderful kindness. Did it tell me where she's from?
Still,
Melinda.
letting the mystery be.
Oh my God, it was so cute because our daughter saw the package on the front stoop, but she was like, "Mama, there's mail for you." And we got it, and we open it. I see it's from Scotland. I open it all up. I read it's from Melinda. My heart is just bursting because I'm like, this is like the nicest thing ever. My daughter can't wait to try all these weird chips. There's like ox flavored chip and like chicken flavored chip. I don't even know. All these amazing things.
Chip flavored chips.
And so Blake comes home and I'm like, Blake, you'll never guess who sent us a present. He didn't guess.
No, I couldn't. I'm not good. I'm not good at the 21 questions
game. You're not
game.
good at 21
I'm
questions.
terrible at 21
you are.
questions.
You got to like 17. You're like, I give up. Who is it?
No, I got to like 5 and I was like, I'm done. I'm done.
So of course I tell him, I'm like, it's Melinda. And he's like, no way. And I showed it to him. And then you had the same reaction. You read it and you're like, we still don't know where she's from.
Yeah, still don't know.
The mystery of Melinda.
She's the evil one.
No, she's amazing because she sent us snacks
Actually,
from
that's
Scotland.
True. She's less a villain and more a protagonist now. I mean, an antagonist. Sorry, she's more of an antagonist.
She was like the snack wee box, but the Melinda version, which is just so sweet. Okay, can we please listen to Melinda's voicemail
right now?
Okay, fine.
Or do you want to like savor it, or do you want
savor it like those chips?
Yeah, we're gonna savor it.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Want to do one more?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Andre on Facebook says, "What if Melinda is a time traveler?"
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, does she have a blue aura? I don't even know.
Hello, Mary and Blake, and hello to all of you fellow nerds
I
out
know who
there.
it is.
Hello.
This is Ashley Richardson,
Yes.
longtime
Ashley.
listener.
Hi, Ashley.
And my good is the hunters, Rachel and Denny.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I really love the conversation with Denzel and Claire. All of this violence is difficult for a man like me.
Yes.
And she says, what? A human being? Beautiful moment.
Yes.
My bad. Can something be a good and a bad at the same
Oh,
time?
totally.
Yeah, of course.
The hat.
That's the whole point.
When Jamie gives William that hat is such a heart-wrenching,
Mm-hmm.
bittersweet moment. Jamie knows the truth. William does not.
Oh, right.
And we want them to cry and hug it out. But it's two sides of the same coin. I really love this actor they've chosen to play William. I feel
Mhm.
like he's the perfect blend of childish ignorance and arrogance, but with that dash of gentle kindness and
Mhm.
curiosity.
I like
And my
that.
real great is Scotland.
Yes.
And the look on all of their faces when they could finally see home in the distance. It just gave
so
me
good.
chills. But it's always interesting as a book reader to see the adaptations they make, and I can't wait for you all to know what I know. But for now, we wait, and I will wait with you here in
Aw.
Texas. And if you want something to watch during Droughtlander,
Sure.
I suggest A Discovery of Witches, because it's one of my favorites.
Oh, cool.
Mm.
Okay.
Till then, adios.
Adios.
Oh, thank you, Ashley. What a great voice.
Ashley, Mary, you stole the words out of my mouth. Ashley, I don't know what you do for your job, okay? I don't know. However, if you're ever thinking about quitting your job, what you need to do is you need to read books.
Oh my gosh. Ashley would be such a good audible book voice.
And she'd be somebody that reads like straight up. She could read erotica.
Blake.
What? What do you want me to tell
No,
you?
she could.
I'm not
She could
being
read-
I'm not being gross. I'm saying
She
she
could
could read
also
erotica.
read-
She could read Outlander. Totally.
Is Outlander erotica?
But it's bodice ripping. Okay. So like
I'm
I would say
listening-
Outlander up.
I'm listening to A Court of Thorns and Roses, or however you say that series.
Sure.
The audiobook reader
The
is so
worst.
bad.
The worst.
I made Blake listen to it, and I was like, this is terrible. Like, it kept putting me to sleep. I have tried to get into that series for so long, and it honestly was putting me to sleep because of the person who reads it.
I know.
Ashley should read those books.
I listened to that lady speak.
The original lady.
The Court of Thorns
Yes.
and Roses, whatever. I listened to her for about 10 seconds, and I said, Mary, turn it off. I can't do it.
Mhm.
She sounds like a badly tuned Siri, but with 0.0 emotion. She is the worst. The other one,
Ashley is the best.
Ashley, you know what she could also do?
What?
She could do the sleep stories. She could totally get you to go to
She
sleep,
could.
but like in a good way.
Yes.
Like that lady that reads. She has this really nice voice. I can't remember her name now.
But anyway,
But
we
whatever.
love you, Ashley, and we love your voice.
That was good stuff right there. All right, here we go. Let's get to the next one. No, I'm sorry. Let's get to the next written one.
Heather Jackson wrote in saying, I thought the show did a good job covering the battle scenes. I remember in the books, there were so many battles. It was chaotic and hard to visualize what was going on. So many mentions of the redoubts. I was like, what even is a redoubt? This was just enough battle for me.
Mary, your thoughts as the book reader. Did you ever feel like there were just so many battles and you were losing track the way that Heather felt?
Becomes a blur. A wee bit of a blur. I mean, I'm not a battle person,
No.
so it's areas that I read quickly.
You kind of just skim through.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I got you. I'm like I said, I'm the same way with like the sex scenes. Like when Diana writes them, in the previous books that I've read, I'm just kind of like, okay, he touches her there, and she, her stomach feels like wildfire, like whatever. Okay, sure, blah 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 blah. All right, let's get to the next thing. Like I don't know, I just don't
How
care.
funny how we read things so differently.
It's weird. I don't know.
I'm like, then he slashes him and he grunts and whatever, get over his. Someone has a map. Okay, good. Away.
2B16P on YouTube says David Tennant reads the How to Train Your Dragon book series, the best audiobooks ever. Yes. Those are on repeat in our house.
Thanks to David Tennant.
Yes.
Our son has the best Scottish accent.
Oh my God. And the vocabulary.
Oh my God.
The
honestly,
vocabulary.
our son could pretend to be from Scotland. The way that
and he would be
speaks.
awesome.
Has Hey, buddy, are you here? Come here.
Come here.
We're gonna have, because we have to show off your special ability. Come here. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're telling everybody how well you sound Scottish. So Scottish is like how the older people speak and how to train your dragon. Say something clearly, but with the accent. But to say,
Come on, you're moving like a piece of old slug meat, you piece. You all are worthless worms.
tell Daddy, say like, you're doing a really great podcast, but pretend that you're Scottish.
You're doing a great podcast.
Yes!
Attaboy. Attaboy.
Yeah, no joke. That's what he does. He'll speak like that. And we're like, oh my gosh.
That's my little boy.
Can't wait to take him to Scotland
My
one
little
day.
lad. He's going to show up and they're going to be like, are you like from here?
He's going to show up to the New Hampshire Highland Games and they'll be
yeah.
like, here you go. Here's this kid really from Scotland. He's just going to blend in.
Yeah. We need to get him a little kilt, by the way. I just thought about that. Yeah, we'll get it there.
Okay. We're fine.
All right, let's get to the next one. R.R. Studio says, war is a terrible business, William, no matter who wins. That is the part that no one tells you about. Since the blood-soaked Claire took her first swig of champagne on VE Day and stepped through the stones, war and its consequences have been a deus ex machina for Outlander. Contrasting with the season 3 opener, where Jamie sees a rabbit on Culloden Moor in the aftermath of the battle and imagines Claire in the mist, present-day Claire actually finds Jamie in the battlefield in a mist, saves his life, and then his hand, and later tells him to chase rabbits in his dreams. She even repeats, I'll try to my best to leave you with a working hand.
Mm-hmm. Love.
This episode was full of references to its own history, which made it tremendously powerful. The good, Jamie's goodbye to his cousin Simon, juxtaposed with Claire's encounter with William. The acting all around was superb, and we are reminded that once the enemy isn't impersonal, it's possible to have common ground, with kin being the strongest tie of all. The bad. This is it. It's Outlander again. And 2 greats. Everything in the future. Roger hitting the wall. Bree sobbing yet holding it together. Mandy holding it together, then realizing her dad has vanished. Buck delivering the line, "It's my time," with a slight pause to remind us his is borrowed. Craig Nadoon buzzing where it all began and is beginning again. And the ultimate bookend great, Jamie, Claire, and Ian finally seeing Scotland again. The music, the tears, all of it. 5+ kilts. Props to Ian's Mohawk war paint. Blink and miss it. It's a gorgeous detail.
Agreed.
You know what?
So
all
good.
of this right here.
Bam! Just like that. A winner!
Abso-freaking-lutely. Totally a winner. So excellent stuff there. Good job, our studio. What?
Voicemail.
Oh, voicemail. Okay. Sorry, Mary's giving me signals that I don't know. So here we go.
It's all good.
Hey, Mary and Blake. This is Angie,
Hey, Angie.
in Georgia.
Hey, Angie.
I wanted to give my review for episode 8. I'm going to give this episode an 4.6. I thought it was good. But my good for the episode is the Ian and Rachel stuff. That was really sweet.
Okay.
And also Jamie saying goodbye to Simon. I thought that was also really sweet. My bad, and the reason it's a 4.6 is because there is no Rumpy Pumpy. This season, 8 episodes, we get like one mediocre Rumpy Pumpy. Like, what are we here for? This is not what I signed up for. So that is why it's a 4.6. My great was the cold open. I thought that was really sweet and cute and funny. Sam Heughan is a very good actor. Also, the end where they're on the boat was also sweet and cute, and they see Scotland. That was also really pretty. So yeah, that's my GBGs. I'm really hoping that the second half of the season, whenever it comes out, has more Rumpy Pumpy, because again, this is not the Outlander I signed up for. I don't care about Roger and Bree's Rumpy Pumpy, Jamie and Claire Rumpy Pumpy. That's what I
Not Grumpy Pumpy.
Anywho, hope you guys are doing well. Talk to you later. Bye.
# not my Outlander.
Grumpy Puppy.
I want all the grumpy puppy there is.
No, I don't want the Grumpy Puppy. I want the Rumpy Pumpy.
Where did Rumpy Pumpy come from? Oh, Kirsten. Kirsten from Scotland. She was the one who first said Rumpy Pumpy. And we were like, what the hell is Rumpy Pumpy? God, that was years ago now.
Yes.
Holy smokes. That's
Next
like
one.
invaded our life,
I know.
our lexicon here.
Oh, I agree.
Okay, here we go.
Hello, this is Kirsten from Tennessee calling.
Hi, Kirsten.
Hello,
My
Kirsten.
feedback for that mid-season finale. I have to say, I only have a couple of 5-kill episodes of Outlander, those being A, Malcolm, and Never My Love. So this episode comes pretty close at a 4.9
wow.
kill rating for me.
Not bad.
My good. I loved everything with Ian and Rachel. It was perfection. As a book reader, I was waiting to see that romance bloom because in the books, it kind of comes out of nowhere. But I loved what they did with that scene between Ian and Rachel. My bad. Also related, Archbug. Why? Did we need another villain right now?
No.
We're already at a war.
Thank
we
you.
already have enough going on.
Totally
Jemmy
agree.
is through the stones. Who
Yep.
knows? But Archbug has to pop up again. I'm done
Archbug's
with that
there.
already, and we haven't even gotten there. And my great. I loved everything with Jamie and Claire this episode. For all the comments last episode about not having enough Jamie and Claire, this episode was full of tender moments between them. The little looks between their eyes, the little times when they got to be honest with each other. It was just perfection. And that's something I think we've been looking for this season. And I especially loved when they were interacting together about William.
Yes.
I have to say, I'm not ready to wait all these months for the next episode to come out. Thanks.
Thanks, Kirsten. I appreciate
Kirsten
that.
is joining us live
Is she really?
on Facebook. So hello, my
right.
friend. And was that weird hearing your voice coming over while you're watching live? You did a great job.
That was perfect. Not bad. Here's my question, though. Archbug, right? Is he just like kind of like, how the heck does he just show up in Saratoga? Like, how does he? I don't get it.
Great question.
He was all the way down in North Carolina.
Showbug is just popping in, popping out.
Is he just on a weekend sojourn through the East Coast of the United States?
Maybe he's on like a cheese tour or something, trying out different cheeses of the East Coast.
See, his local packy ran out of the Lucky Strikes.
Oh my God.
So he had to revert to camels and he couldn't take it anymore.
Oh my God. Love you.
So he needed to find the Luckies.
I love you dearly.
But seriously though, this guy just shows up out of nowhere, and like we have to just like believe that maybe he's kind of stalking them, but not really. Like there's been no hint of him whatsoever throughout the entire season. It's a little much.
Well, now you have your hint.
It's a little much for me to accept. Okay, next one.
Hey, Mary and Blake, it's Amanda from the northwest corner of Connecticut.
Hi,
Let
Hi,
me just
Amanda.
say that episode was a 5-kilter.
Did you hear what she just said?
Yeah, she said the northwest corner.
To let you know.
That she's not like a real Connecticut person.
She's not the 95 situation.
She's more like New York.
She's more like Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, she's
I'll
Gilmore
take that.
Girls, Connecticut.
She's Gilmore Girls, Connecticut.
Okay. We love Gilmore Girls, Connecticut.
Gilmore Girls, Connecticut's fantastic. The problem with Gilmore Girls, Connecticut is that it ain't real, because Connecticut could never be like
Stop it.
Stars
Done with you.
Hollow.
For those of you who don't know,
That's why they had to make up the town,
We
because
did
they knew all of Connecticut sucks.
we did podcast about a lot of Gilmore Girls episodes, friends. So if you are going through Droughtlander, know that Blake and I can keep you company with some Gilmore Girls stuff. All right, can you rewind a little bit for our northwestern Connecticut?
But I appreciate you, Amanda. Thank you very much for making that delineation. You still have Connecticut on your license.
Oh my God. Just ignore him. Just ignore
There
him
we
like
go.
I do.
What a fantastic
sorry, hold
way.
on.
Hey, Mary and Blake, it's Amanda from the northwest corner of Connecticut. Let me just say that episode was a 5-kilter. What a fantastic way to end this little mini season, to see Jamie's eyes just warmly glowing from that ship when he saw Scotland. I can't wait to see what's coming for him.
All right, Amanda, thank you so much.
Thank you, Amanda.
I appreciate that. All right, let's get one more in here.
Hi, Mary and Blake. This is Maggie calling from Florida.
Hey, Maggie.
I am a first-time caller, but a long-time listener.
Aw.
I've probably listened to each and every one of your episodes 3, 4, maybe even 5 times.
Wow,
You
thank
guys
you,
are such
Maggie.
a huge part of our Outlander experience, and I thank you so very much for taking the time each week to delve into the episodes and just have the conversations that we all want to have. I feel like I'm just like sitting with you guys over coffee talking about my favorite show, and I absolutely love it. So thank you. I'm a patron now, and I think you guys are amazing. I give this episode 5+ kilts. It was an incredible hour of television, and I loved it. My only bad is that we have to wait a long time for the rest.
I know.
But my good is Jamie and Ian's face when they step up to the top deck, and just I think that Sam and John are both incredible actors, and I love seeing just the relief on their face as they start to approach land, and they're finally coming back to Scotland after 10 years. So that's my good. My great is Diana's impeccable research and knowledge of the time period. She doesn't miss a beat. Every character is historically accurate, and I just love every single component that she adds to it. And then my best is the bear flare.
Yes.
The
Oh,
music.
yes.
Every single episode. I love listening to it. I've rewatched this one already like 4 times, and I just think he brings everything.
Well, it looks like she got cut off.
But he does bring it, and you need
so
his.
good.
You need the album.
You know, I forgot. Like, you know, you listen to Outlander, and you're getting spoiled with great music, whatever. But you kind of forget. I went back and listened to his albums for Battlestar Galactica, and his stuff on BSG was just so forward thinking, and unlike a lot of what television had been doing at the time, there was that great boom of television composers between he and Michael Giacchino and all those guys. They all kind of went through the ringer around the same time, and what Giacchino did on Lost, you hadn't really had that kind of orchestral full sound on television the way that Lost had, right?
With the music itself being a character, an important character in the show. I agree.
And the way that Bear did his stuff on BSG, taking pop culture songs like All Along the Watchtower and adapting it to his style and bringing in bagpipes and the heavy drums. BSG music is just as vital to that show. I would say maybe even more than Outlander and his soundtrack for that show. Like, it is spectacular. So
I wouldn't say that, but I appreciate
my
your
recommendation to all of you nerds is that if you love Bear's music, go do yourself a favor and download his 4 seasons worth of music for BSG. You're doing yourself a real favor if you do that, because it's really, really good. All right, the next one. Here we go. Becca says, first, I wanted to say thank you, Mary, for the GBGs. I recently went on a medical trip to Panama. When vlogging about the trip at the end of each day, your format helped me to keep focused on positive things that happened when I could have easily focused on how hot it was or how annoying a particular teammate was. So anyway, I'm giving this one a 5+.
Awesome.
My good. The emotionally charged Roger getting ready to go find Jemmy with Buck. Buck is clearly reluctant to go, but is loyal to his kin. I do believe there is a subtle resemblance between Richard Rankin and Diarmid Murtaugh, so I give an echoed kudos for the casting. Anyway, I hope Roger and Buck are going to run into the Frasers. I wouldn't want to be Rob Cameron in that showdown. By the way, my maiden name is Frank, so I'm here to say not all people with 2 first names are bad people.
Hey.
I have a tie for... See, but here's the thing.
But she's not a guy with 2 first names.
Exactly my point. Guys with 2 first names, sorry.
Gals with 2 first names?
Can't trust you.
You're okay.
I can't, yeah. I mean...
Because you want to know what my name was? Mary Earl.
That's true.
I am a gal with 2 first names.
Well, you see, here's the thing, though, also. If it was a girl with, 2 girl names, if it was,
Earl isn't a girl name.
I know, but I'm saying if there's a girl with, 2 girl names, Mary Rebecca.
Well, I'm Mary Catherine.
Well, but that's your middle name. That's okay.
Okay.
But if your name is like Mary Rebecca, then we got problems.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna have to. We wouldn't
Just
be married.
leave me alone.
Yeah, I couldn't trust you. You got 2 first names.
I've got 2 first names. I've got 3 first names. Just leave me alone.
See, Dawn says it on Facebook. Her ex has 2 first names. You can't trust him. That's
so
why
does she.
That's why
She's
he's the
Dawn
ex.
Marie. Look.
But no, Dawn Marie, and then her last name.
Yeah.
See, it's okay if you got 2 first names in your first name.
But if you got a first name and your last name like I did.
You know, I can't trust you.
You can't trust me.
I can't. You got 2 first names. Number 1, I have a tie for. Okay, I have a tie for better. Number 1, I'm also so happy Claire and Jamie weren't separated long term.
Mm-hmm.
I also liked that when asked to the British camp, Jamie said he was bringing his wife along. You know, that's a subtle good right there. That's a sneaky good. I like that.
Yeah.
I think it shows growth on Jamie's part because he is acknowledging that he doesn't have to carry the load himself. Number 2, I know Blake may disagree, but the Benedict Arnold scenes. I like seeing who he was before becoming a traitor and the irony of his worrying about not being remembered. I liked the conundrum Claire when he asked her if he was going to feel the way he does, and she replied no, because she needed to let him be who he was going to be. I also have a tie for the best. Number 1, all the callbacks in the bookends. Captain Morgan's revelation of his back, Claire fixing Jamie's hand, Jamie's seasickness, and Claire offering needles, and the view of the Scottish skyline from the ship. It gave me all the warms and fuzzies. And number 2, everything about the British camp, the goodbye scene between Simon and Jamie, Claire talking to William about how war is terrible business, no matter the side, and Jamie giving his hat to William. It's a bittersweet reminder of the humanity in war. Hopefully, we won't have to wait for 2024 to be halfway over, because I'm already missing it. Oh, goodness gracious. Unfortunately, we got a long way to go. So it's like waiting for Christmas, but we don't know when Christmas is coming. It's just some nebulous time in 2024.
Don't love that.
All right, let's get to the next voicemails.
Hi, Mary and Blake.
Hi.
It's Ellen from Western Pennsylvania.
Ellen, how are you?
I am a longtime Nerd Club member.
Thank you.
And a long-time listener, but a first-time caller.
Ooh.
And I especially love your Harry Potter podcast. I am a huge Potterhead.
Oh, yay.
By the way, go to maryandblake.com and look up the Potterverse.
The Potterverse for you or any of your friends who are Potter people. Maybe you're not a Potter person, but someone in your life is.
Shameless plug.
The Potterverse.
So much so that I actually host trivia and charcuterie classes for Harry Potter fans.
Hold on.
But I wish you guys lived closer.
Pause. Trivia and charcuterie classes for Harry Potter fans?
How does one
Harry
have
Potter charcuterie?
Yeah, how does one
Or do you
arrive?
eat charcuterie while playing Harry Potter trivia?
Or do you have charcuterie themed Harry Potter themed charcuterie?
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
If it's Harry Potter themed charcuterie, we need to see pictures.
Does she have like a,
Do you make witch hats out of
white
salami?
cheddar version of Hedwig? Like, who wouldn't want a white cheddar Hedwig?
Me, I'm lactose intolerant, potentially dairy
Yeah,
intolerant.
that means you wouldn't eat it.
Well, maybe.
You would just look at it. It's cheddar.
That's not good. I think cheddar's one that...
You're a wizard, Harry.
Oh, man, okay, get back. Okay, charcuterie.
I would love to see some Harry Potter charcuterie.
Okay.
Does she have like salami wands? I don't know.
That's what she said. Okay, go back.
That's what she said.
I'll take a salami wand, all right. Got to be 8 inches bigger.
Pinterest has Harry Potter charcuterie boards, just so you know.
It does?
I'm kind of down with this.
How does that happen?
I don't even know, but like a lot of it's thanks to colorful M&Ms. Okay,
Wow.
let's continue with our friend.
Interesting. Okay. Sorry. Ellen, go ahead and continue.
My good this week.
It kind of reminds me of that scene or that thing from Lewis Black when he's like, if it weren't for my horse, I never would have spent that year in college. And he's like, I heard that line and my head exploded. The left side went to the right side of the brain and said, it's dark in here and we may die. Let's figure it out. That's how I feel about Ellen's Harry Potter charcuterie board.
I know.
I got to figure it out.
Honestly.
I have to know what she means by this. Sorry. Mary's like, shut up, Blake.
Was Ian and Rachel. Love that. My bad is Mr. Bug, of course. Not Great Bob. So I have to tell you, Blake, that I say this all the time now, and my family's like, where did that come from?
Where's this Bob?
And my great, I have two, is Jamie, when Jamie tells Claire why he gave the hat to William, brought a little tear to my eye. And when they arrive back to Scotland. Love what you guys do. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you, Ellen. You've now given me a riddle for a lifetime. And you now say, where's my button?
Not great, Bob.
And that makes me so happy.
Love it.
I've now infected your brain. You're welcome for that.
And now I'm stuck on Pinterest boards of Harry Potter charcuteries. So this is just a lovely conundrum.
Mary's checked out for the rest of the episode now.
Gosh.
See you later, Mary. We'll see you tomorrow.
Goodbye. There's so many options.
We're
Crescent roll witch hats.
We're gonna have 30 Amazon boxes come to the house tomorrow.
Oh my god, there's like little wonton used wrappers to make letters like howlers. I can't even.
Is there anything that is just Harry Potter shaped?
Like a kid?
Yeah, the kid. I don't know.
That'd be weird. Like, next voicemail. Is there anything that looks like a little boy that you eat? Who are you, like a witch in the forest?
No.
In a gingerbread home? I like to eat things that look like little boys. A Harry Potter shaped thing. Cannibal.
Shame.
Good Lord.
All right, here we go.
Lord.
Hi, Mary and Blake. My name is Elizabeth and I'm calling from Liverpool.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Okay, Elizabeth.
Yes, you are calling from Liverpool.
You are the sweetest little thing I've ever heard in my life.
She can also say sleep stories to me about having tea parties.
In eating Harry Potter charcuterie.
Oh my gosh.
Can we
love Elizabeth's voice.
We need to play that again. Like, it's so...
In the UK.
Hold on.
Hi, Mary and Blake. My name is Elizabeth and I'm calling from Liverpool in the UK.
So
Elizabeth,
sweet.
my blood pressure
I know her to call every week.
automatically went down like 40 points.
That's what that feeling is. I feel like I just had a glass of wine. Elizabeth, can you please send us voicemails for therapy? Like, this is amazing.
It's okay, Mary. It's not your fault.
Okay, no, I need to listen to the rest of hers.
Okay, here we go.
This is making me so happy.
This is Elizabeth and I'm calling from Liverpool in the UK. I'm a long-time listener but a first-time caller. My kilt rating for Series 7, Episode 8 has to be a big fat 5. It had all the feels for me, from the opening scene where we had our feisty Claire fighting to protect her Jamie, right through to the end credits where the programme makers acknowledge the passing of the lovely Sinead O'Connor.
Yes.
My GBG is good. The deathbed scene where Jamie comforts his cousin Simon Fraser as he lays dying. I love that they spoke in Gaelic, reminiscing about when they would play shinty together as kids, running with the big boys. Then immediately afterwards where Jamie gives William his hat back, and in doing so finally gets to speak to him man to man. Very emotional.
Yes.
My bad was the scene in the temple.
She's making me emotional.
I know. Oh.
I need to take a minute here. Oh, Elizabeth. You can't have any bads. I won't allow it. Here we go.
With young Ian and Rachel, which left me feeling a little angsty, especially where Ian says to her, "You better not touch me because if you do, I'll take you here and now."
Mm-hmm.
My great has to be Jamie's reaction to seeing his beloved Scotland again for the first time from the ship. Such emotion. It was also great to hear Gwelyn the Bard from Series 1 singing the beautiful track in the background.
Yes.
Hey guys, thanks for all you do and all your hard work.
Aww.
You always make my days brighter and better. Sending love from Liverpool. Slanja.
Oh my gosh, you just made our day brighter and better.
Just so much brighter and better. Elizabeth.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Can you just please call me
anytime
whenever I'm feeling low? Just say, it's okay, Blake.
Oh my gosh.
I'm from
Amazing.
Liverpool. We're here to help you and comfort you.
Love.
I'd love that call. Elizabeth, you call back anytime that you want, okay? All right, let's read the next one. This one comes from Lynn. Marvin, you want to read this or shall I read it?
I could do it.
Okay.
Hi, Lynn. Okay, so Lynn says, hello, Mary and Blake. This is my first time to comment, and I am enjoying the moment.
Okay, hold on. There
Your
you go.
podcasts are wonderful, and I am pleased as punch to have found you again.
Wow. I didn't know one could be as pleased as Punch.
That's so nice.
How happy is Punch?
Is it spiked punch? Did you have to go to the Packy to get the punch? So one of those.
Now, is Lynn a rum punch kind of girl, or is she more of like a vodka punch kind of girl?
I don't know. We'll find out.
All right, here we go.
She says, my husband and I had listened to a few episodes back from the beginning, and then I had lost track of you both.
Uh-oh.
You made our long road trips from Ohio to Pennsylvania fly by. This episode was a masterpiece, and I loved it. It's hard to pick only one good and great. Here goes. The good, the Benedict Arnold moments. I adored both his interactions with Claire. First, his treasure chest of apothecary goods. It just made me think of Jamie's gift to Claire when she opened up Dr. Rawlings' medicine cabinet. Claire's delight was clearly evident when she found the laudanum. Second, when Benedict Arnold is mulling over his dislike of General Gage, and you can feel his great angst.
Gates, not Gage. Just
thank you.
It has to gotta be
I'm just
historically
reading. I'm
correct.
reading.
I know. But
I read what's written.
I know.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Thanks.
I understand. I'm
Gates.
just for all,
Thanks.
just for posterity.
I'm just reading.
Gates.
Thank you.
Okay.
His defection to the British did not happen suddenly, and you could almost feel the barest beginnings of what became his traitorous actions. Her bad, if I had to pick, I would say the episode is too short. I like to think of the previous episode and this one combined, giving both the full build-up of drama, more of a full-length midway conclusion. And her great... Well, first, Buck and Roger arm in arm walking to the stone was perfection and emotionally satisfying. An ancestor supporting his current day kin, not only bringing Buck's story full circle, but becoming a new turning point, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, in their relationship. Wow. And secondly, the last scene of Jamie, Claire, and Ian seeing Scotland was riveting and pulled at the heartstrings. We remember well their leaving Scotland with sadness, and now their return years later brings a new turning point, a promise kept. Jamie had more than one tear in his eye, as I, in turn, cried buckets of tears. Loved, loved, loved it. My rating 5+++++. I could write volumes more.
Oh, very nice. And Mary, there's something I gotta let you know.
Elizabeth from Liverpool is tuning in live on YouTube. She heard us. See how much we love your voice. Thanks, Beth.
Thank you, Beth. I appreciate that. Okay. Let's right now, though, Marvin, let's talk a little bit about our partners who help make Outlander Cast possible. And those are our good friends over at WeBox. Okay, shall we?
We shall.
Let's do it.
As you've heard throughout this season, we adore WeBox. WeBox is a monthly subscription gift service that's designed to share Scotland with Scots and Scots at heart like Blake all over the world. Yes, you heard that right.
Poses like
all over
me.
the world, because let's be real, you Outlander Cast listeners are not just coming from one country, you're coming from all over the place.
That's right.
So every WeBox is carefully curated around a monthly theme with 5 bonding gifts and treats, often exclusive, and you can't buy them outside of Scotland. It's a great value. There's a free magazine written with Scotland's top journalists, free exclusive virtual tour with internet sensation Andy the Highlander, plus a soundtrack to listen to as you unbox your gifts. So, if you're getting it now, the time that we're live talking about this,
yes,
you would be able to get the September WeBox, which is called Let's Escape to Skye, the Skye Cozy Cottage. So you too can feel like you're escaping to a Scottish island, just like Jamie, Claire, and Ian as they come out of the boat.
And be all teary-eyed.
Because here's the scoop. Skye was voted the most desirable place to live in the entire UK.
Doesn't suck.
It's rightly renowned for its rugged landscapes, its unique place and clan history, relaxed hospitality, and a vibrant and seasonal food scene. So this is going to transport you to the island life and help you experience the joy of slowing down. So you're going to get a coffee mug holder, a sheepskin coffee mug holder from close-cropped curly sheepskin that helps keep your fingers cozy, and your favorite drink at the perfect temperature. Oh my gosh,
excited.
Me too. I'm like rubbing my fingers together just thinking about it. And also you'll get a rejuvenating serum as well as other wee gifts. So all you need to do is go to webox.co.uk and you can use the coupon code CAST10 to get 10% off at checkout.
Dawn says she just got her first Wii box last week. Very excited for you, Dawn.
Yes.
Awesome. Here we go. We also have a question here from Blanca on Facebook. She says, so if Benedict Arnold hadn't turned...
Who has two first names.
Yeah, see? Exactly. I wonder if that's where it came from. You can't trust a guy named Benedict Arnold. He's got two first names.
Hey, maybe.
If Benedict Arnold, two first names, hadn't turned, would that have changed the outcome of the war?
Blake will include this theory in his history podcast.
It's a
great
question to ask. I will include the answer in the history podcast, yes, and I will probably go in more in depth into it. But I would say no, it would not have changed anything. In fact, it probably would have helped the Americans more if Benedict Arnold would have just stayed the course and done the right thing and didn't let his... See, okay, sorry, I have to nerd out a little bit here. What the show isn't telling you is that not only was he upset with Horatio Gates, and not only was he upset about his leg wound that he suffered being the thing that kept reminding him, the other problem is that he had himself a love affair with all things fine and expensive. And he accumulated a lot of debt in the United States. And he needed the money to pay those debts off so that when the British approached him for the money, he was able to pay those debts off. And so it and then he was gonna marry one of the Shippens for her, all of her money. Think of like the Schuyler sisters, okay? But this was for Peggy Shippen. Or was it Margaret Shippen? I can't remember. But whatever, it doesn't matter. There's more stuff going on there. So it is what it is. Okay. Let's read the next one. Kathy Joe, she says, hello from Southern Virginia. I loved the midseason finally. And I think...
The midseason finale.
But it said finally. I'm just going to throw... Sorry, hold on. I gotta
finally
get
my
moment.
I'm on
and I think perhaps everyone has covered the GBGs, but a few things that stuck out to me. Number one, Ian kisses Rachel, and I literally said out loud, Mr. Bug just started walking north.
I love that.
Number two, I completely agree with Blake about Benedict Arnold. The first meet was appropriate and gives you a perspective shift. The second scene was not needed to me at all, and I don't think people would have missed it. 3, Rachel tells Mr. Bug she and Rollo are headed for Valley Forge. Not great, Bob. Not great.
Not great, Bob.
No Rollo stew. Number 4, I have a million questions about what was Jemmy's scarf. Was that a red herring? Why did he go into the past? Oh, why did he need to go into the past to get the gold? Literally, just get on a plane, go to North America, and find the cave. You can't take a child into colonial America during the Revolution wearing your Land's End puffy jacket and work boots with rubber soles. Just so many questions. The outlandish prediction. Oh, here we go. Hold on.
I'd also say you can't take a kid that's not yours on a plane across to a different country.
Yeah, you know what? You know what that is? Frowned upon.
Yes, Blake. That is frowned upon.
It's not quite a rule, but it's more of an unwritten rule,
sure
I
it's
think.
a big rule.
It's more of a suggestion, really.
Yeah,
don't
steal
take
a
someone
kid
else's kid.
and put them on a plane across the Atlantic.
All right, so outlandish theory. Here we go. Jamie and Claire are going to find Jemmy, and then they're going to have to figure out what to do. Interesting thought. How, well, you see, though, here's the problem. Like, wouldn't Claire just be like, all right, I'm going to just take him back? Like, that really wouldn't be all that.
I mean, how would they know where his parents are?
Well, wouldn't she be like, hey, where are your parents? And he'd say, I don't know, some guy with 2 first names took me through these stones, and here I am. And then to be like, oh, so your parents aren't here anymore. Okay, cool. Let's go back and let's see what happens. Right?
I don't know, Blake. All I can say is interesting.
Okay, here we go. Let's get to the next voicemail.
Hi, Mary and Blake. Greetings from Washington, D.C. This is Yolanda.
Hi, Yolanda.
Long-time listener, first time calling in. So I was happy to do so with this episode.
Yes.
708. I give it 5 kilts and a sporran.
Oh, all right.
It was great.
Fancy.
Oh, my good. Pretty much everything, but time spent with Jamie and Claire, it seemed like we got so much more of it, more than we did the entire season so far. So it was just lovely, and just watching Jamie giving Claire the googly eyes is just lovely.
I agree.
Loved everything about it. Let's see. The bad. Time spent with Benedict Arnold. We could have spent more time with Jamie and Claire.
Agreed.
Whatever. And my great, Scotland, we're back. It was beautiful. Loved the music. Loved everything. Loved seeing their faces. Seeing Scotland. It was just wonderful. Thank you guys so, so much for all you do. And can't wait until we're back.
Thanks,
I know
Yolanda.
Droughtlander's upon us, but we'll get through this. And we'll get through it together.
Aww.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
I appreciate that. All right, let's get to the next one, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, my computer is doing the thing that it always does. Here we go.
Hi, Mary and Blake. This is Roisin from Dublin.
Oh, Roisin. Love it. Yeah, I asked her to call back, and she totally did, because Roisin gets it. She rocks.
There's a Roisin in our little lass's step dancing class.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How fitting.
I know.
Okay, here we go.
So many thoughts about the mid-season finale, but I'm going to try and keep it under 90 seconds. Okay,
All right, here we go.
So my kilt rating out of 5, I give this 7B, because I can't wait for Series 7B. My GBG, my good. The actor from who played Benedict Arnold, he was in The Last Kingdom, and he played the Scottish king in The Last Kingdom, and now he's playing an American, so I would like that kind of...
King Constantine.
Oh my gosh, he was my fave.
He was totally Mary's fave.
He was my fave.
I had to live up to King Constantine for quite a while.
Yeah.
And I still kind of have to live in his shadow.
Yeah.
He was that good. The destiny is all, my friend. That's what Mary was saying. Many a night. Destiny is all. All right, here we go. Sorry.
Gotten where they're from and seen the similar types of casting pools. My B is a better, not a bad.
Okay.
Katrina Balfe, she was a complete badass in the first 15 minutes or so of this episode. I love when Claire is all like defensive and protective, and she's a little bit pissed off at Jamie, but it's just because she's worried. But I think we can all know, like, you know, if your mom or your wife or whoever, if they're giving out to you, like, they love you, they're worried about you. My great was the dedication to Sinead O'Connor in the credits. Sinead, she's an icon of feminism, motherhood, intelligent rebellion. And here in Ireland, she's always going to be our national treasure. She's always passionate and full of joy as well, and the expression of music. And she's just always going to be missed. I can't wait for the next part, and I think I'm going to have to rewatch and re-listen during Droughtlander. Okay, love you. See you. Slán.
Thank you, Roisin. Appreciate that. Let's get to the next one. Mary, I'm going to let you read this one.
Okay.
Just for one reason and one reason only.
Oh, okay.
As soon as you see it, you're going to know.
Kathy?
Nope.
Melanie?
Nope.
Chris Bacchiacci? Kristen, my Flute Academy friend.
No, you can't. You can't just squeak out of this one. You got to say
Bacchiacci.
You still can't say it right. How many times?
Bacchiocci. Bacchiaccio. Bacchio. I suck at this one. How do you say it? Bacchiocci.
I'm on Burgundy.
Bacchiocchi. How do you say it? Kristen. He puts your name in every time because I just say it. And I love Kristen. Seriously, friends, if you're a flute player, you need to find her on Instagram, the Flute Academy. Okay, Kristen from New Jersey writes in, I finally had the chance to watch 708.
It's kind of like when Adam Sandler is trying to write the Z in
Happy Gilmore.
In the Happy Gilmore. He can't do it. It's Mary writing a Z in cursive.
Bacchio.
It was an epic. It was
Bacchiochi. Bacchiochi. Okay. Kristen says, I finally had a chance to watch 708 because I was away, and it did not disappoint. I want to start by saying that both of your laughs are amazingly contagious, but Blake, you slay me with your laugh. Okay, sorry, yeah. Bring it on all day long, you two. My reading for 7.8 was a 5+, all the Charmin the entire way through the episode. I was so sad when it ended because I know this marks Outlander season. Here are my GGBs.
Okay.
Because, of course, when you have a 5+, it's not a good, bad, great.
Yes.
It's a good, great, best.
Yes.
Her goods. Opening scene when Claire has a standoff with the woman trying to pilfer killed Jamie. I am a Sassenach. Hear me roar with my sword. Then, I think my favorite line from Jamie was, you're a bonny wee swordsman. I also have to mention Jamie's face when he realized that Simon was on the field, and another reaction when he nearly blew off his son's head. So much great acting here. It is hard to pinpoint everything. I also really love Denny. Such a pure heart, and I love that he has such great camaraderie in Claire. My greats. I love when Claire is able to sit back and admire her stitchwork skills on Jamie's hand. Also, love Ian and Rachel's kiss and that he asked her to watch Rollo. Her best. When Jamie goes in to see Simon on his deathbed. The speaking of the Gaelic, the familiarity that only kin have with one another, even though they don't speak to each other. So great. I feel it was an homage to Claire with the way she speaks to someone who is dying. Talking to him about Bonnie Scotland. Also, the music in the scene was phenomenal. One more best when Jamie gives William his hat. I sensed in that moment that William has an inkling as to his true roots.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, interesting.
Telling you. What? Doing some math.
No, he's not doing any math.
He's doing math.
I don't...
He's got at least some algebra going on.
I don't think he has any algebra going on, but I appreciate that you guys feel this way. Too many to share, but I'm also looking forward to the next half of the season. I cannot believe I cannot believe we have to wait so long, but I am also looking forward to Blake's history lesson.
Oh, you're welcome.
And I may just take a trip to the New Hampshire for the Scottish Festival.
All right.
I am totally hooked on all things Scotland after our trip abroad with our teenage children.
All right.
She has an outlandish theory, and she wrote, bum, bum, bum.
Here it is. Hold on.
She also thinks Roger and Buck run into Jamie, Claire, and Ian on their way back to Lollybrook.
Oh,
I hope this happens, she says, and I will give you a big interesting. Thanks again for all you do to bring this community of awesome nerds together. Now say Grumpy Pumpy 20 times fast and think of Fred and George while doing it. And she included a Harry Potter.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Perfect.
You're
perfect.
welcome.
Perfect.
All right. Let's get some more voicemails in.
Hi guys, it's Glow from Salem.
Hi.
Episode
Your cousin
8 of
from
Outlander was
Boston.
marvelous. 5 kills from me. I'm very glad the mid-season finale didn't end on a cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was perfect ending without all the drama. Just picturesque and poignant. My GBGs. My good was sword-wielding Claire saving Jamie's life in the scandal.
Yes.
Love it when Claire's a badass. My bad is Rachel slapping Ian after he kissed her. I don't remember her doing that in the book. Did she, Mary? My great was the whole time that Jamie and Claire were over to the English camp on behalf of General Simon. Jamie talking with him, the music, the writing, leaving the door open so the soul can leave, leaving his hat to William, and the arrival in Scotland. I was in tears the whole time. All the shaman. Actually, all the Puffit lotion Kleenex for me.
Oh,
everything
fancy.
in 1980 Scotland was pretty intense. It was cool that Buck wanted to be so supportive and wanted to help. Very interesting to see Benedict Arnold and all Claire said about him. I've never been one for history, but I'm sure Blake will take us through it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, thanks for all your coverage. I can't wait for the second part. I missed calling in last week because I'm having some serious problems with my knees and I need replacements and need to get a new orthosurgeon. Lots of pain. No fun. Getting older. At least I still am. Take care, guys.
I'm sorry to hear about that, Gloria.
I like that. Getting older, but at least I still am.
least
You know,
you still
that
are.
is a great optimistic way to look at things.
I don't expect that from somebody living in Boston at all.
She is optimistic, and we
You know
hope
what?
that
I'll take that.
you have more painless days coming up in your future.
Don asks, when are the New Hampshire Highland Games? I'd love to go.
Oh, great question, Don. It is in September. Let me pull up the exact dates because we're going to be there. Now, we are not putting on an event. We are not like hosting anything.
We're just there for funsies.
But it is the 15th, 16th, and 17th of September. You go to nhscott.org, I believe, is the website. It's the biggest Highland Games in New England. like just loads of fun. And even if you could only come for one day, you can buy a one-day ticket. There's kids events, there's music stuff, there's loads of stuff. So we are going to be there for all 3 days at the New Hampshire Highland Games. Really, really excited about this. We also have another event coming up for those of you who are in Rhode Island. We're going to actually be having a podcast episode about it, but it is the Rhode Island St. Andrews Society 100th year gala that is going to be taking place October 22nd. That if you are a Scottish friend or once again a Scot at heart and you live in and around Rhode Island, we would love for you to come to this event. It's going to be haggis and kilts and bagpipes and all the things, and I'm actually going to be the MC for it.
Yes.
So we'll have more information about that shortly as well.
That'll be great. Okay, here we go.
Hi, Mary and Blake. It's Barbara calling from the Jersey Shore.
Hey, Barbara.
Commenting on episode 7.8, our part 1 season finale here. My Yankees took another horrific loss today, so I figured I'd try to call.
Sucks to suck, Babs. Sucks to suck.
Maybe cheer myself up a little. This episode...
You're not going to get cheered up in this podcast.
Oh, my God.
...was without a doubt a 5+ for me. My good was... I think since the first episode, and as a book reader, people have always asked, what is Outlander? Is it fantasy? Is it adventure? Is it romance? Is it historical fiction? And I think this one episode best demonstrated that it can be all of that and be successful. I do admit I did laugh when Benedict Arnold did wonder if he would be remembered. And Claire said, oh, don't worry, you will be. And it was nice that they have fun with the time travel aspect all these years later.
Yes.
My great was the ending scene. It feels like so long since we've been back in Scotland. And it's crazy to think that we've been in America longer than we've been in Scotland. So looking forward to going back. And my best is all the parallel scenes to previous seasons. From Claire, being a magpie and tongue-lashing Jamie as he's staring at her with hearts in his eyes, to the reconstructing of Jamie's hand, to the seasickness. It's not often that a show can exist for all of these seasons and be able to call on itself. Have a great day.
Barbara, I appreciate everything that you said. I mean, except for the fact that you're a Yankees fan. You're not going to get any respite here at this podcast from that. However, though, you did say something, and now I can't remember what it was because I was so fixated on the Yankees thing, but I really wanted to comment on it, and I can't remember. So now I have to kind of go back here and listen again.
That it can be...
Yes, now I remember. Okay. I've said this now for many, many years. A great show doesn't have to be one thing. In fact, a great show should be many things. It should encompass all different kinds of genres. It should include all different kinds of styles, right? Because if you're just good at one thing, then you're just good at one thing, and that's okay, but it's not great. I look back at Lost and I say, Lost was a medical drama. Lost was a buddy cop adventure. Lost was a sci-fi thriller. Lost was a mystery. Like it was everything all at once. And that made it work. Breaking Bad was similar. It was many things all at once. The Sopranos, many things all at once. So I'm so happy that Outlander, yes, you're right, Barbara. It doesn't have to be one thing. It shouldn't be pigeonholed into one thing. It can be many different kinds of storytelling. So I just wanted to throw that out there. All right, Marvin. It is time. It is time.
I'm ready to listen.
Here we go.
Hi, Blake. Hi, Mary. It's
okay. Yes. Does she say where she's from? This is Melinda for all of you listening and all of you watching.
Does Melinda let us know?
Does what? Let's make a bet here.
I don't think she does.
I don't think she does either.
She sent us a package all the way from Edinburgh. She didn't even tell us in that.
I think Melinda's going to let the mystery be.
I'm going to have to find out in Edinburgh.
Okay, let's see what the nerds say.
When I walk up to Melinda's house one day, I knock on the door.
Who are you? Where are you from? All right, we're getting a bunch of nopes.
Okay.
From all the nerds that are
Let's
watching.
See. Does Melinda tell us?
Okay, here we go.
Melinda from Edinburgh. Blake, I'm so sorry I've frustrated you with my accent. So I've sent you a box from Scotland full of yummies.
Thank you.
I am from one of the original 13 states, but I will tell you at the end.
Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. I kind of don't want to know now. I kind of don't want to know. Melinda, I just got so excited.
I want to know. Oh my gosh, our dog.
My dog just came.
She was like, "Are you okay?" You had such an audible gasp that I need to make sure you're still breathing. Yes, Butterbeer, we are okay. We're just so excited to find out finally where Melinda's from.
Okay, here we
go.
But
one of the original 13 colonies.
All right, I'm going to say Virginia.
Okay.
I'm going to say Virginia.
All right.
Although, wait, hold on.
Didn't you think she was from New York?
How much do you want to bet she's from Rhode Island?
I don't think she is.
She knows the Mass Pike. I'm telling you.
Rhode Islanders don't know the Mass Pike. Listen, we just know how to get to the Packy and back.
It's got to be northeast.
Our state. It's not Rhode Island.
It's got to be
If
northeast.
she's Rhode Island, I will
Yeah, we don't leave
be
our
shocked.
State. It's got to be northeast. So
is New York one of the original?
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't you think it was New York?
I think I said New York. Yeah, maybe it's New York. Got to be New York.
Or did you say Connecticut?
No, God, no. Melinda's not from Connecticut. She would never be from Connecticut.
Maybe Western Gilmore Girl, Connecticut.
Melinda's too good for Connecticut. Okay, here we go. Glow says, if she says Connecticut, I'm going to die.
Outlander 7.8. 5 kilts. The episode was just so super to see so many one-to-one relationships grow between Jamie and Claire, Rachel and Ian, Denzel and Rachel, Arnold and Clark, Buck and Roger, and then Jamie and William.
Mm-hmm.
I love the past Outlander references, but I so wish we could have seen Jamie interact with his men like Angus and Murtaugh in episode 1 and 2. My good. I really loved the Jamie and William hat scene. I just thought the body language, the tension, the looks, the uncertainty was perfect. My bad. I have 2 bads. Sharpshooters, my arse. They couldn't even hit a barn.
That's right.
How can you miss a big guy and a horse? I just thought that was just really off. My second bad is the tent TARDIS. The tent gets big, it gets small, it gets lit, it's not lit, it gets a candle, it's then daylight, it's nighttime. It just goes all over the place.
Melinda. That was excellent. Good stuff.
Right? She knows.
Oh, good stuff.
Place. My great. The ending, seeing Scotland, everyone acted with their eyes and their body language to close that sent me now ready for the long time until we get to see them again.
I just want to throw this out there.
Okay.
We're coming close to the time here.
Oh no.
And Caitlin here on Facebook says, if she runs out of time, I'm going to pass out. I'm just saying, she's got 8 more seconds. And I feel like she's still got some steam. Here we go. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Mary, I really hope you get to watch Mrs. America. And Blake.
Okay, 5 more seconds. That's what we got.
Stop it.
5 more seconds, Melinda.
Hail Mary. Hail Mary.
Here we go. All right, final bets as to where she's from?
Wait, why did she say she hopes I get to watch Mrs. America?
I don't know. Oh, hold on.
I'm not even listening. Hold on, go back.
I'm going back. Here we go.
Sent me now ready for the long time until we get to see them again. Mary, I really hope you get to watch Mrs. America.
Maybe because she knows that you competed. I don't know, but you get to watch Mrs. America. Like, I don't know. Hey.
Wait, like the mini series or the pageant?
The pageant. It's got to be the pageant.
No, because there's a mini series.
Really?
Called Mrs. America.
Is there really?
Guess so.
Oh, now we got a new freaking mystery with Melinda. Is she talking about the mini series or is she talking about the pageant?
I don't know.
All right, here we go. All right. Okay, 5 more seconds.
And Blake, you can celebrate a small state friend from New Jersey. Bye, and have a great...
She told me at the... literally, you couldn't get any more time squeezed out of there. She's from New Jersey. Wow.
She's from New Jersey.
Oh, man. Melinda.
Wow.
just made my you waited till the last possible freaking millisecond of the last listener feedback episode we're doing for a while.
I'm gonna have to listen to everything she's ever said.
Okay, here's the problem now.
Yeah.
Where is she from in New Jersey? Is she from like North New Jersey? Or is she from like Southern New Jersey?
I don't even know. My mind is blown.
Man. Marcy said that I bet she had a timer going.
My mind is blown.
Oh man. Here we go. Melinda, thank you very much for giving us that excellent voicemail and for keeping that mystery going for so long.
Gosh, Jersey.
It's been one of the highlights of this season.
Oh my gosh.
All right, here we go. Let's get the next one.
Hi, Mary and Blake. It's Kathy from Cleveland.
Hi, Kathy.
Hey, Kathy.
Calling with feedback for episode 708. Unlike previous episodes, I had to watch this one twice to gather my thoughts. I definitely liked it better the second time, and I'm giving it 4.9 kilts. My good? There are so many, but I think I'll go with the conversation between Denzel and Claire about how to cope with all the death and whether or not it will be worth it. Joey Phillips is fantastic as Denzel, and I love how they sneak in little bits of Claire knowing the outcome, but it coming across as simple reassurance to him. My bad? The idea of Claire operating on Jamie's hand by the light of a single candle is beyond preposterous. Just last night, I myself was out on the porch at dusk doing needlework by the light of 4 candles and a hurricane lamp, and I had to come inside because I couldn't see well enough to see what I was doing. And making a sweater sure ain't surgery. My great, I'm going to botch the name, but the song at the end of the episode, sung by the incomparable Gregor Lavroy, completely made the final scene with Jamie, Claire, and Ian looking with longing at the coast of Scotland. The title, which I understand translates to I am weary of this exile, makes it all the more poignant. Unlike some other fans, I'm looking forward to Droughtlander. There are so many great things to watch and read before Outlander returns to us.
Yes, thank you.
So until then, bye guys.
Thank you, Kathy. I want to make that the new shirt. Making a sweatshirt ain't surgery.
Sweater,
sure. Making a sweater ain't surgery. Oh, that's good stuff. All right, let's get the next one. Here we go. Oh, by the way, Kathy is right. There are plenty of other things for you to watch or read during Droughtlander. As a matter of fact, Mary and I did a very special episode just for the people at jointhenerdclan.com, giving you 10 recommendations of what we think you should watch in between seasons of Outlander, 5 each, and they are all different. They are all shows that we do not cover. That was the rule that we made for ourselves. So I would recommend, Mary, if you had to make a recommendation on a show right now, just off the top of your head, what would you watch?
I don't watch anything right now because I've just been
Well,
watching
for
and
a
rewatching
movie
Outlander.
or a movie
I watched
or-
the Barbie movie and I thought it was very good.
Okay, good. My recommendation for you to watch would be Barry on HBO.
We actually also need to let you know that if you watched the Indiana Jones movie with aliens, you know the one if you watched it,
You know
and
exactly
you didn't
what
like
it is.
it, give it a second whirl.
Well, we've gone through the first half, and I would say that the first
We
half,
haven't gotten to aliens yet.
with the first half minus when nuking the fridge.
Yeah.
You know what? It's pretty good.
Yeah. We've been watching like all of the previous Indiana Jones movies.
Yes.
So we're okay so far.
But now we're getting to the aliens.
Yeah.
And
We're gonna
like
see if
all-
it holds up.
yeah, we're gonna see. Okay, here we go. Let's get.
I'm still looking for Mrs. America pageants. I just didn't know if Melinda knew my pageant background. I don't know.
Well, I know we've talked about it before.
I didn't know what you meant. I'm not running for anything currently.
Laurel says, has Blake watched Better Call Saul? Yes, I have, and it is a triumph. As a whole, I would say that the first few seasons take some time. It's very intentional with its pacing. But when looked at as a whole, Better Call Saul is a triumph. It's really, 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 really good. So I would recommend that too. I wonder if the nerds think we should do another recommendation episode.
I haven't watched anything since I did that one.
I don't know.
So I can't. Give me some time.
I don't know. Okay, here we go.
Hi, Mary and Blake. This is Camille from Indiana.
Hi, Camille.
Hi, Camille.
Before I talk about the episode, I just wanted to let you guys know that I am a Patreon member, and I just have to tell you again, I know I've said this before, but I adore you too. I feel like I have spent my summer with you since I started to binge watch Outlander and your episodes, and I just feel like you're honestly a part of my family, and you're comforting, and you just bring a smile to my face, and I have spent so much time with you this summer.
Thank you.
And I just
Thank you,
wanted you
Camille.
guys to know that you are doing some amazing work in people's lives.
Thank you.
I loved this episode. I honestly, the only thing that I did not like about this episode is there was no rumpy pumpy with Jamie and Claire.
Just like what Angie said.
That was the only thing that I could say that was bad. And also maybe Mr. Bug. I felt like that was really thrown in to the episode just to remind us.
Yep.
I know why they had to do it, but that's kind of how I felt.
Agreed.
I loved the Benedict Arnold. I know, Blake, you didn't. I adored it. I loved Claire looking at the British flag. I thought that was so meaningful. And I loved the kilt that Jamie was wearing in battle. So again, I love you guys both. This is my first official Droughtlander because I binge watched it. So I will be
Camille.
listening to more things. Thank you.
Camille, welcome.
Yes.
Welcome to hell.
Right?
Oh man. Well, Camille, like I said, I didn't dislike the Benedict Arnold stuff. I just think that Outlander didn't know when to quit. I guess that's my big thing. All right. I have an email here that I think Mary should read.
Okay.
I think it's apropos for you to read because I would love to hear it from your voice.
Oh, it's a long email. Blake.
It is.
Okay.
But I think it's a good email, and I would love, since you kind of disagreed with me on this point, I think it's good for you to read it.
Okay.
I mean, if you disagree, it's fine. Okay.
From Karen. Hi, Mary and Blake. I hope this email finds you both well. I am writing to comment on Outlander Season 7, Episode 8, Turning Points. In particular, I'd like to respond to Blake's question for consideration and your previous recap and analysis podcast regarding whether we can see growth or change in Jamie's character over the course of Season 7A. I could totally see how all of the Ticonderoga and Saratoga stuff following the decision to head to Scotland in Episode 3 could be as a side questy, particularly for Jamie and Claire's storyline. I am a show watcher and remember feeling very frustrated after Episode 4 that the return to Scotland would be put on hold in favor of the revolution. But upon reflection, I do think that it informs our understanding of Jamie's character at this point and the overarching story and does highlight growth over the course of the season. This episode can actually serve as a fitting bookend of sorts to Episode 3. I too love bookends. When Jamie and Claire make the decision to return to Scotland as their next step after the fire at Fraser's Ridge. It is then as Jamie explains his two oaths that are at the heart of his motivations for returning to Scotland. The first is the oath that he made to Jenny to return young Ian. The second is the oath he made to himself that he would never face his son across the barrel of a gun. We know Jamie to be a man who takes his oaths very seriously, especially when it comes to his family. But when Jamie agrees to go to Fort Ticonderoga, rather than sending someone in his place, which he is unwilling to do, we are reminded of why fighting in the revolution is so important to him. That, too, has to do with family. When Claire asks him if he wants to fight, he says, "Aye, but not for the ideal of freedom or liberty, not for the sake of being on the winning side, but for you, for Bree and the wee lad and lass, for our family." This is very reminiscent of when Jamie explains to Claire why he wanted to partake in the revolution back in the beginning of Season 4 in America the Beautiful. There he explains this becomes Brianna's country, does it not? If there's a bit I can do to make this a good land for Brianna, if my presence here now can be felt by her later, then that would be something. That could explain why he made the decision to accept Daniel Morgan's offer to join his riflemen rather than the return to Scotland, despite the end of his conscription period. Perhaps he felt like he could not yet pull out of the war, was duty-bound, even honor-bound, to continue to fight for his family. However, between his oath to himself and Jenny and his desire to fight for his family in the revolution, Jamie is left with conflicting values, and by choosing one, the revolution, he puts the other at risk, a very high-stake choice indeed, and it is the high-stakes consequence of that choice that we really see play out in this week's episode, which is almost like a reckoning of sorts for him. In his need to rush into the fray so as to save the lives of his fellow officers in the First Battle of Saratoga, what Claire refers to as his hero complex, he puts his own life at risk, and he is badly wounded because of it. It takes Claire's scolding and her passionate expression of fear to remind him that his choices, noble as they may be, impact more than just him and take a significant toll on her. And then, of course, Jamie does in fact face his son across the barrel of his gun. I do not actually think that Jamie was intending to kill the redcoat officer that he did not yet know was William, but to further distract Benedict Arnold's attention away from Simon Fraser by quickly and subtly redirecting his aim for the nearby soldier's hat rather than his head, similar to the way sharpshooter Jamie intentionally shot Brown's hat out of his hand at the standoff in the finale of season 6. Jamie has already expressed his reluctance to kill young officers to Claire in the previous episode. Even so, it's still an extremely risky shot, and it shakes him when he sees the soldier is William, because he could have very well have killed him. I also think that Daniel Morgan's public display of his scarred back played a small part in Jamie's change of heart as well. When I watched and then rewatched the episode, I saw unsettledness in Jamie's expression. Yes, there is a bond of kinship between him and Morgan in more ways than one, but as you noted, Morgan's actions were reminiscent of Dougal's actions and how he used the scars on his back as a tool of sorts to galvanize his men to action, which was the crossing of a very personal boundary line that Jamie would not step beyond. In that way, Morgan was more akin to Dougal than Jamie. While I think that Jamie could understand and appreciate why Morgan did what he did, I don't think that Jamie could agree with it, and I was left feeling like Morgan's display of his back discomforted him. Morgan may be a man that Jamie respects in that way, but they are very much not kin. But I think that it was Jamie's final conversation with Simon Fraser, followed by his very brief but poignant interaction with William, that reminded him of where his priorities lay, in close, intimate family ties that go beyond fighting in a war, regardless of the ideals that he's fighting for, noble as they may be. That is where I see Jamie's character evolution in between the bookends of his choice to go to Scotland back in episode 3 and the actual journey to Scotland at the end of episode 8. I do think that at this point, if Daniel Morgan asked Jamie to continue on as a member of his rifleman unit in the next phase of the revolution, Jamie would have said no, returning instead to the original plan of finding passage to Scotland. Anyways, those are my thoughts. Thank you so much for everything that you do for all of us, the bright, shining lumos that you bring in the times of Nox, and for the amazing community that you have built. Have a great day and a wonderful weekend. All the best.
First, Mary, thank you for reading that, and I'm glad that you read that.
Oh, good.
I will say this, Karen, those are all salient points. But here's the problem. You actually said it in the final closing moments of this argument. And that is, if Daniel Morgan went back to Jamie and said, hey, just want to make sure, I know we just went through this battle, I want to continue, and I need you by my side. Can you please do this? And if Jamie said, no, I've now discovered that all of this stuff is, yes, I've done my part, I've done the thing, but the most important part of what all of this is to me is my family. I'm going to Scotland because I have to live that out.
You wanted him to say it.
Then I would say, perfectly done, understanding all of this. Jamie grew, has an understanding. It's not just glory and all the great stuff and Red Jamie, I'm a violent man. Because, again, he began this season as, I'm a violent man, I'm going to kill whoever does this to my family. And then he ends the season saying, no, this is about my family. I'm going to Scotland. The original idea of what we had here. Okay, I'm here. I'm ready to go. The problem that we face is that choice doesn't happen.
That you face as a show watcher, you're trying to say,
yeah,
right? Okay.
The choice doesn't happen. The only reason why they're going back to Scotland is not because Jamie has this great realization. It's because the plot has now dictated that he goes to Scotland
because of Simon
Fraser, right? If he went to Horatio Gates and Gates said, listen, Jamie, I need you to keep going. And Jamie said, nope, sir, thank you so much. My time is over. Yes. Okay, perfect. We made growth. We made a choice. Something happened. But when the plot dictates that he goes to the war and then the plot dictates now he's out of the war, well, then Jamie's just a passive character. And when I say growth, I don't mean like Jamie isn't growing as a person. I mean growth in terms of how is Jamie and his oath or whatever affecting the plot. Character should always drive plot. Plot should never drive character. And that's what I mean by growth. I don't mean like Jamie's less of a person. It's just like, what is he doing to drive the plot? Not the other way around.
Gotcha.
Okay, so there you go. So that's that. All right, let's get to the next voicemail. What?
No, can you press pause?
Well, I can't press pause. We're live. Okay. Sorry. Our dog is doing something that I don't know what it was. So we're going to have to figure that out. But she's now outside. Okay, here we go. Marvin's back on. We just got to plug the headphones back in here. We good?
Yeah.
What?
I'm just...
Okay. All right. Let's get a few more voicemails in here, and then we'll call it a day. We'll call it a day because we are definitely running long here.
Howdy, Mary. Howdy, Blake. This is Michael from Orlando, Florida.
Hi, Michael.
With some listener feedback for Outlander Cast. I have a question for Blake, but first, I want to commend you for your outlandish theory back during the recap of 703, Death Be Not Proud. In reference to the letter that mentions that Jemmy knows where the Spaniard's cave is, you said,
No, something is going to happen because Jemmy knows where this gold is.
Oh.
And something's going to happen to Jemmy.
Your speculations about what happens to Jemmy were a bit off.
Michael! Holy smokes! I just heard my own voice.
Michael.
Through a voicemail.
With his tech skills.
Bringing the heat, Michael. Good job. Coming from the clouds on this one. Sorry, go ahead.
Mark, but your initial statement was a bullseye. Now for my question.
Okay.
Before watching 708, how much did you remember about the fate of Simon Fraser during the Second Battle of Saratoga, and the shot that mortally wounded him came from one of Colonel Morgan's men? If you had put that knowledge together with Jamie's recent recruitment, I thought you would have come up with a doozy of an outlandish theory. That's all I have for now, except for December 18th. Go Chiefs.
Michael, you are fully entitled to that because the Patriots right now are in a bad way. I will say this, Michael. I honestly, and a good historian will always say this. I didn't know that Simon Fraser died in this battle. And having said that, had I known, I absolutely would have put that together. But I did not know that. So, like I said, a good historian will always say that. They'll never feign knowledge. One thing I did want to say that we didn't talk about last episode, and I want to mention this, was I freaking loved the opening card of this episode with the upside down.
Oh, I hated the
boot
blood dripping
and the blood dripping and everything.
Yes.
I thought that was phenomenal. And like, Mary, I want to get weird. Let's get freaking weird, man, right? What I wanted them to do was not turn. I just wanted them to just stay upside down. How awesome would that have been if that shot just stayed upside down the whole time with the blood like coming out, but like going up, like, oh, freaking awesome. Loved it. Okay, here we go.
Hi, Mary and Blake. It's Kristen from Wisconsin
Hi,
calling
Kristen.
about turning points. I gave it 4.4 kilts. I can't pinpoint it, but I just kind of felt disappointed after watching this episode. I'm wondering if my expectations were too high from this season just really knocking it out of the park, or the fact that I'm a show watcher. My good, everything with Ian and Rachel. But oh my gosh, Mr. Bug, please stay away. My bad. Daniel Morgan, I do not like him. The scar reveal scene seemed insincere to me. I felt using Jamie's scars in season 1 was rooted in emotion, and this just felt different. I don't know, but to me it seemed like it was more of a show for Daniel, and it didn't sit right.
Fair.
My great, Benedict Arnold. I love the reveal. It seemed like Claire was meeting someone she would enjoy talking to and swapping medicines with. But then, boom. The after-battle scene Blake mentioned, this was the start of everything for him, but I didn't see it as Claire flipping the switch because it seemed like it was festering already.
Sure.
And she was just validating his feelings that ultimately wouldn't change. It's like when a new gadget's out. You know you want it, know you'll get it, but you still might ask others or look for reviews before actually jumping in.
Mhm.
And Claire wouldn't be the only one he would talk to. There's Peggy Shippen. But what also was great about that scene, Claire doesn't fully know what impact her conversation has with history, and I liked the weight of that. But the best part of the episode was Jamie's reaction seeing Scotland's chef's kiss. Appreciate the history lessons, Blake. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. All right, let's get to the next one.
Hey guys, Anna from Saskatchewan. Yes,
Hi, Anna.
Mary. Hi. Saskatchewan. Let's say it together.
Saskatchewan.
Well, feedback for this penultimate episode before Outlander. My good? It was really cool to see Bree and Roger still planning to send him off to go look for their son. My bad? Not seeing enough of other details. We saw a lot of the other side with the parents, but I feel like there could have been more for these 1 hour filled episodes that we get. I know it's a lot to compact in a book. This is a big series. But come on. What happened? My great? Seeing that Jamie was able to see his son and his cousin and wish him off as he passed away. And the fact that that was what helped him get back home. But also my most favorite, I'm gonna go on towards what Blake likes best. It's cinematography stuff. I usually don't.
Oh, it looks like she got cut off there. Yeah, she got cut off there.
Okay, sorry.
I'm sorry. But thank you. I appreciate it. That I'm glad that my likes are your best. I appreciate that. All right, let's get to the next one.
Hi, Mary and Blake. It's Sharon calling from Chicago.
Hi, Sharon.
And I am going to give this episode a 4.9. I was going to give it a 5 because I really loved it and there's so many things to like, but my bad was too bad for me to give it a 5. So my good was Claire caring for Jamie. I always love this romance trope showing the vulnerability of a big heroic male character. And I particularly like her thing will say, my love, you can let the rabbits run now.
Yes.
It's just so Outlander because Claire's always been caring for Jamie and I think that's her love language. Okay, so my bad was Ian saying to Rachel, don't touch me because I will have you here. It's bordering on rapey.
Yeah.
It was rude and crass. And I just thought there was no chemistry at all between the two of them. And I don't think Quakers hit people. That was a little weird for me. I just thought that was a little out of character. Anyway, my great was the banter on the ship when Ian said, I miss my dog. And then, of course, Jamie says, I wish I was on dry land. And then Claire's capability and leadership of the men was so wonderful. Honorable mention, great costumes for everyone. And my not great Bob was, why were all the tents the same? It's like they got them for all the outdoor goods stores. Bye.
They went to Benny's one day and got all the tents.
I think there was a question previously, I forget which caller had called in about Rachel hitting Ian and if that would have happened, and this caller said the same thing, like it not being Quaker like. It is not Quaker like,
no,
for sure.
Very unQuaker like.
But I'm pretty sure she did in the book. I'm pretty sure she did, and it was like a shocking thing.
Oh, wow. Okay. Fair enough.
To her, because she did.
All right, so ladies and gents, we are at an hour 45, and we have many more voicemails and emails to go. However, I would be remiss as a husband if I didn't see my bride across the way, who is visibly shutting down. I can see it right now. So I want to say this. We have a lot more listener feedback to do. However,
we'll do a part 2.
We are running out of time here. And I want to shut this down now before things go awry for me later. So we will do all of the rest of the listener feedback on the next episode, perhaps maybe with the history episode. I do, however, want to do one final voicemail, and then that'll be that. That way, everybody can gestate the fact that this episode is coming to a close, and then we will say goodbye. Fair enough? Okay, here we go.
Hello, Mary. Hello, Blake.
Hello.
First time callers.
Okay.
But not a first time caller.
Oh.
Confused?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, what did we think of Outlander this year? Search me, I didn't watch it. What's it about again?
Oh, wait, hold on. Time out.
It's two people.
Are these two people?
Yeah, because it's a we.
Oh, so maybe that's the reason why one of them is a first-time caller and one of them is not a first-time caller. So for those of you who don't know, there's a big window to my right, which is, I think it's your left. And our dog just decided, I'm going to let them know that I'm ready to come in. And it scared the heck out of Mary. Oh man, that was so funny. Okay, all right, Marvin, put your headphones back on, please. Okay, here we go. Ready? Here we go.
Apparently, it's about some bloke in a kilt who meets a nurse from the future. With a tongue like a viper.
Ooh.
With a tongue like a viper.
Wow.
And they spend 7 seasons.
You know what I'm thinking of right now? This is the female equivalent of Fred and George Weasley.
Trying to get kidnapped or killed. Wasn't there something about a madman and his coconut as well? Yep, and some dandy who goes around saying...
Sorry, our dog is just... She's doing some things that she shouldn't be doing. Okay, hold on. All right, Mary, we're going to finish this up. We're going to finish this up and we're done. Okay. We're done. Okay, put your headphones back.
We'll go back to this one.
We're going to go
the
back?
Next one. No, I'm saying like in the next episode, part 2.
We're going to go back to it.
We'll come back to this
Okay.
voicemail because
All
the
right.
dog's driving me batty.
Okay, fine. Fair enough. All right. Well, everybody, that's it for this episode. Mary's done. We're done.
My face hurts. My headache's coming in. The dog's bothering me.
We're done.
We're saying pause. We're saying pause. There's coming a part 2.
Okay, here we go. All right, let's close this bad boy out. And I'm going to do it because you know what we're going to do? I'm just going to take Mary off camera altogether.
Thank you.
There we go. Here we go. Let's see. Let's see if you can see my dog with me. Let's see if she pops back up again. There's Mary's camera, by the way. All right, here we go. All right, let's see if she pops back. Butterbeer! Butterbeer! Let's see if she pops back up. I don't know. We'll see. It's like, let's see if she does. I don't know. Okay, anyway. So, we're going to close the show. Here it is. Thank you very much for listening to us and everything that we have to talk about here at Mary and Blake Media for Outlander Cast. Of course, we want to... there she is. You have to watch... There you go. That's our dog. Okay, so... Go to aryandblake.com to listen to all the shows that we referenced in this episode, whether it is the Potterverse or it is The Last Kingdom with Mary and Blake or Bridgerton with Mary and Blake, everything that we're doing over there, aryandblake.com. You do want to keep in touch with all of that stuff. If you actually go to aryandblake.com, you can sign up for our email list where we will deliver right in your email box all of the episodes and blog posts and everything that we do right there to you for your convenience. Of course, look us up on all the social media platforms as well, Mary and Blake, whether it is Facebook, X, as it's now referred to, Instagram, YouTube, even TikTok. Mary's taking care of it over there for me. We are just Mary and Blake, or Mary and Blake Media. We're all there. Hold on. Here. There's our dog again. Butterbeer is here for the fun. So anyway, take a look at that. And of course, we are going to do the rest of the listener feedback on the next episode, where we will handle all of the rest of the voicemails and emails that we have. You had a lot to say for this episode, so we're going to go through all of it, and we just couldn't do it all in one shot. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Come back for the next episode. It'll probably be tied to our history episode. We'll see. And that'll be that. Anyway, thank you so much. As for now, ladies and gents, my name is Blake. Oh, that was Butterbeer, but she's not there anymore.
I'm Mary.
Mary's done. Thank you so much. We will see you next episode.